Hello, YouTube land. There are so many topics to go over, but the one thing I was thinking about as we in a pandemic 2021 is what a difference a decade makes. I was sitting back pondering 10 years ago. I was so fresh from deployment and military thinking and dependent upon what my wife was saying, that God God, that would be later become what I now know as the foundation for everything that I believe in. Basically, what my mama Ann taught me: teach a child up in the way that he should go, and he will not depart from it. That's what Anna Grant understood when I was a baby. That is what I now lean on as I look in this world, and as a 47-year-old black man, I must admit, I see nothing but confusion in this world. The woman I thought knew God just as much as me, lost as could be in reference to God. The people, I look at my own YouTube channel and I'm like, those are the very people I cannot trust. The woman specifically. I listen to my songs like, God is about to bless me and I cannot go back and bless her. I want nothing more than to talk to and see my kids. We're as my level of black people, we're all kind of in the same struggle. Small business, support black business. A lot of us are in school. I'm a combat veteran. I'm in a very small percentage. Post-traumatic stress for me, mental health awareness. You know, YouTube land, as I build content and develop a YouTube presence, and I don't find a lane to get in, I just build my own lane and people gravitate to the lane. I found whites, Asians, Hispanics, and blacks all love God. I found the most resistance in my city amongst my own. I learned more about my wife through divorce, through 3 years of being away from her. I learned more about her through 7 years of marriage, and I was at every doctor's appointment. I watched all 4 of the kids be born, and I never knew what she really wanted until I let her lead. The people, I knew them because they never came to the church. They never received the ministry. White people supported more than those black people. The black people that did support, they still support. But YouTube land, I look on YouTube land and I see mass confusion. It's like black on black crime in YouTube land. And I was sucked into it. They tried to suck me into their reality TV show. She went back to my city and tried to control my narrative and typecast me. And I sat back and watched it all happen on Facebook. 2 threads, one of my ex-wives and one of somebody we went to high school with. And I sat back and watched. And I'm like, look, God. But because Facebook and social media is still very young, the history and the documentation, I'm looking like, as my stuff starts to manifest and it's time for me to give it to the wife, there's a whole new person and a whole new cast of characters in place for everybody. And I'm looking at my life like, I have promises to keep. I kept everything in my personal life. And I'm wondering if this is what's going on in YouTube land. There's only a select few of us that are sticking to God's plan for their life. And because people are not sticking to God's plan and God's will for their life, there's mass chaos going on. But I don't know. I'm a homeless man. My mother, father, sister turned their back at first. 18, 19 years old. That started off a decade of homelessness that ended up in going into the military. And my biggest fear is the government and the system paying off debt and getting in and being in right standing with people higher than me. And on the way to do that, the opposition seems to be people that look like, I find myself in a lot of the same lanes as people that do bigger than me. So lately I've been looking at Kwame Brown and black on black things and political things, and it's mass confusion on a lot of levels, as I'm grateful to God for simply delivering me. I'm so damn humble that I'm confident that people on my level in my city, when they talk shit, I'll be like, y'all better get down to homelessness Go do what the government says do. Do it successfully. Come back. Start at the bottom again. Do what I did. Do it the right way. And then you can talk. But if you haven't done what I've done, what y'all talking for? And then I get on YouTube and I'm like, everybody is talking. So I'm trying to build a following of people of like minds, and those people are few and far in between, because not many people have done what I've done. It's hard to encourage a bunch of people who can't, whose perspectives don't say I can come from the bottom and make it to the top with God's help. Everybody believes get a following, get a likes, get the tags, monetize. And Mama Ann specifically told me, get them kids to God, leave them girls alone. She got me on that Bible, got with them nobles, got with that woman. I'm so thankful for a woman who I found out never really wanted God or me. What can I do with that? She get with a nigga who think he can fade me, find out I think nigga, he don't know my gas tank is full, and I will thrash you, her, everybody over there, over them kids who ready for it. Apparently they don't have gas tanks full, and then when they say pull up, they don't know I'm gonna pull the fuck up. I'm a combat veteran. I got an Army Commendation Medal for being a driver. And then I spent my time in the gunner's turret. No, not then. I was a driver, then I spent my time in the gunner's turret, and then at the end they gave me the Army Commendation Medal for being a driver. And then I came back to all kinds of debt and homelessness and stuff that I got to overcome and get out. And these people was calling me crazy. My ex-wife that's doing the gospel rap on the hooks is on Facebook saying I'm the worst thing since Donald Trump, and her dude is on offline talking about pull up and triggering me behind these babies, and all we got to do is talk to co-parent. I ain't tripping. I'm about to fulfill God's will for my life because you were fake. What is all this Facebook shit? So I'm trying to process this as a grown-ass man who has goals by 50. Wife, house, make my man proud. Personal shit that don't nobody really call and ask about. Motherfuckers is tripping off where I put my dick. And I'm not shy about it because bitches love my dick. Turns out that's why she got married, I think. But I don't mind. I'm like the tattoos that I display mean something. I don't know what nobody else is thinking, but then I look at society and I'm like, wow, God, men and women truly are lovers of themselves, and the love of money truly is the root of all evil. And just because I believe that Jesus Christ is my Lord and personal Savior, and I believe in what my grandmama taught me, I'm peculiar. So my simple search to talk for a conversation with my children revealed a lot of stuff for me in 4 years about my very own people. That brings me to YouTube land to say, I can't tell y'all what to do. All I can do is say, if you support me, Cash App, $ Frazier 13 Bravo. You support King Clothing, Cash App, King Clothing, $ King Clothing LLC. And I'm a combat veteran going to school on the post 9/11 GI Bill. Thankful that I served my country because I was homeless. Thankful for the children I got. Thankful for the women who bore those children for me. And I'm about tired of the bullshit that I'm seeing. Yeah, I'm tired of black people fighting, but in order for me to speak that, I gotta profess my love for these women that I got my children with, and that's gonna intimidate the niggas they chose over me because I was real. Every single time. When it comes to black men, it's gonna make niggas mad because I'm more successful because God did what I honored God. Shout out to Chief Noble, shout out to Mom Noble. So I don't know what to do. That's why I kick it with dogs, my daughter, and people who love me. I don't have no advice for people because I don't know how to give advice to the World Wide Web when there's trillions of people and billions of people out there. My God gave everybody free will. So if you support me, again, the internet and the World Wide Web allows you to say Cash App, $ Frazier 13 Bravo. And if you support King Clothing, you can buy yourself some merch at shop.spreadshirt.com/KingClothing/all, or you can cash app $King Clothing LLC. In reference to what I see in the world, I see mass confusion. So if I would give you advice, get it from the horse's mouth. People you've turned your back on, God sent to bless you. He's gonna bless them. And what position does that put you in? Bless you, YouTube. Subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe as I change the content. Y'all see, I'm in my apartment. The one I'm very proud of. My very first apartment that I prayed for when I was homeless. That's my bathroom back there. Just me. But a very complex me. You got to peel back the layers, because you might get James Frazier. You might get that nigga Jay. You might get Specialist Frazier. You might get the lyricist Jay Frazier. And they make up Mama Ann's grandbaby. That lady was born in 1931 and gave all her wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to me. I'm so grateful to God for that. We're going to write movies about it, and a production company, movies, documentaries, and all kinds of good stuff, books, everything. I love y'all, and I'm thankful for YouTube. Let's try and put out positive energy, and let's hope and spread awareness for those who suffer from post-traumatic stress, that they don't get triggered to do nothing that might hurt anyone, so that we can try to right all of these wrongs and fix the confusion that we see out here, so that everybody can have a little bit of something. How about that? Love y'all.
So I'm gonna rock this mic for you.
I have to admit, sometimes you amaze me when I think about these rhymes and this ministry you gave me. You took my spirit off of life support and didn't let me slip when I was living in sin, popping off at the lip. You didn't turn your back, it's like the prodigal son. You could have left me out to starve, but you welcomed me home. Draped me with the finest, treated me with the best, even though my life doesn't always confess the sacrificial lamb that is your son, Jesus Christ. You gave me a second chance to try and get it right, and so I'm taking it back, because I know I don't deserve it, but you chose me anyway, so I owe you my service. A lifetime contract, and the blood is my signing bonus. I just want to thank you for always covering us. My life is my testimony, I give it up to you, and until you call me home, I'm gonna rock this mic for you.
Home. So I'm gonna rock this mic for you. Until you call me home. 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 So I'm gonna rock this
now
mic
it's
for
a
you.
crazy process when I'm writing these raps, making folks move, bridging generational gaps. But I thank you for discernment through these lyrical gifts, and I thank you for using my mouth as spiritual lips, cause I could be like the rest with these vocals I spit. Psychotic conveyor belts of babbling nonsense, but you plucked me out the bunch and then tasked me with the mission, knowing that your boy ain't about to be quitting. So I humbly accept and I submit my request, so I could ball out of control throughout the whole process. I'm that lyrical maestro with that lyrically tight flow, spitting lyrical venom so that them suckers just might know I'm verbally gifted and I'm spiritually blessed, and it's hard for anybody on the earth to contest. What the Father has done for me makes me feel invincible. What he called me to do is really incomprehensible.
Home. So I'm gonna rock this mic for you. Until you call me home. 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 So I'm gonna rock this mic for you.
Stacking crowns crowns up in heaven, 5 to be precise. James 1 and 12 is where I found my crown of life. Feed the flock through a rhyme and tell them my story. 1 Peter 5, 2, 3, and 4 is my crown of glory. The crown of rejoicing is the soul winner's crown. 1 Thessalonians is where it is found. In the 2nd chapter, verses 19 and 20, I got 2 more left, and I ain't leaving out any. Let's go to 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 5. The crown of righteousness is a different kind of high. Last but not least is an incorruptible crown. The book of 1 Corinthians is where it is found. Chapter 9 to be exact, 24 through 27. These are the crowns that I am stacking up in heaven, but it's all because you saved me and gave me something to do. So until my last breath, I'm gonna rock this mic for you.
So I'm gonna rock this mic for you. So I'm gonna rock this mic for you.